Transition questions are a great place to use dumb summaries because we're really just trying to boil a sentence or two sentences down to their most simple ideas, whether it's positives and negatives or if it's something a little bit more concrete. That way we can understand how the ideas are shifting between the two sentences. So in this case, just look at the first sentence and the second sentence and let's see what we have. With world population topping 7 billion, humanity is in need of some perspective. Okay, so it's about perspective. I'm going to skip the word. Let's just go right to the heart of the sentence here. We should continue to support NASA, not only for practical reasons, but also because it is a necessary vehicle for increasing our awareness is perspective, of how we can fulfill our responsibilities to the planet and each other. So we need perspective. NASA gives us perspective. That's kind of the dumb summary of what's going on. So it's a continuation of this idea from the first sentence to the second sentence. And that's going to mean that words like be and D, which are clearly words that kind of mean something like but, a contrast, they're not going to work. We don't want to contradict what we just said. We're continuing that thought. So B and D are wrong. They kind of also just mean the same thing, so it wouldn't make sense for one to be right and not the other. So lots of reasons that we can get rid of those. And now our decision is really just between therefore, which is kind of like the word so, and then for example, which means what it means. It's going to give us an example. So is the second sentence an example of something? Not really. It's kind of just like another point, right? And therefore makes sense, right? Humanity is in need of perspective, so we should support NASA because it gives us perspective, right? When we substitute in the more simple word so, we have a much better sense that that's the right connection. And that's what dumb summaries are, right? These are words that we don't use very often ourselves, therefore, however, but we know what they mean, and we can simplify them and dumb them down to the simple connector words that we are used to, and create like a new version of the sentence that's a little easier to understand. And so in this case, once we do that, I think it's very clear that choice A is best. Think in a dumb way, and you'll get some smart answers.